Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. You can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. And I did not grab anything to drink. I don't even understand why I didn't do that, but guess I'm really not that thirsty. But I do have my cup mug. Uh-huh. And you can get your cup mug at Lana's Use Creations at Etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug, period. Work. Mm, mm, Turn off. Party wants to continue. But we are here. I am here talking all about Love Island, episode 28. And, honestly, this episode could have been an email. I'll be completely honest with you. It wasn't, it wasn't all that. It wasn't that great. It was fine. I mean, after the mass dumping and we lost five people. Of course, really the people who are the person that's hurt the most is Iris because she lost TJ and they only had been together for a very short time and she was really liking him. So it's like, okay. But she's like, I don't know if I want to start over. So I guess do I wake up tomorrow? I'm like, oh, it's a new day. Choose something different. It's just she's kind of just like, I don't know. And I get it. She's a little upset. Um Not knowing if she really wants to start over. I jumped right into this without doing well, most of the intro. That's how I really wanna get this episode over and done with, y'all, not even going to lie. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. This is such a, like, filler episode, like, really bad, but, um, let's get the rest of the intro out of the way. You all know what to do. Please subscribe to this channel if you already haven't. I am just all over the place with I'm like, Love Island. It drained me. It's draining because it's so many, like, highs and lows and moments where I'm like, "Oh, I love it. Ugh, I hate it. Ugh, I love it. Ugh." It's taking me through, y'all. Your girl is going through. But y'all know what to do. If you've been here before, you know what to do. If you haven't been here, welcome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. I'm usually not this flabbergasted and flustered, but usually have it together most of the time. But subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done that, because here at the Cup TV and across all the channels in the Cup Network, we are trying to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. Help us reach our goal. Click on the subscribe button down here, go into our description, click on the link tree, click on all of the links to all of our other channels. If you're a fan of drag or drag race, we have a channel for you at the Cup ESC, at the Cup Pod. If you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, we have a channel for you at the Cup ESC. And if you're a fan of WWE Wrestling, we have a channel for you at the Cup Ringside. If any of those things are your cup of tea, those are the channels you should go to support us. We appreciate you. And if you need to listen to us on the go, our audio podcast links are down there as well in the description below. Check it out. We appreciate all of you who have been listening to us on your audio podcast. Wherever you get your audio podcast, we appreciate you. Join our Patreon. That link is down there as well. So if you want to check out some behind the scenes things that we do that probably won't come out on the channel and some fun early things that you can get early before it comes out on the channel, join our Patreon. We appreciate that. Follow us on all of our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And interact with us over there as well so we can, you know, we want to engage with you. We want to talk to you. And if you want to talk to us, definitely join us on our socials. All right, now we can get back into it. Iris crying. Taylor's apologizing to Clark because he feels like America had all those votes were because of him, which he wouldn't be wrong about. Everybody knows. I mean, talking about People were mad because I made my decision. No, we're not mad at you for making your decision. You picked her, and that's fine. We're glad you picked her. You're glad you found your connection, but we didn't like how you did Alandria along the way. That is what everybody is mad about, Taylor. That is what everybody is mad about. Not because you picked Clark. If you picked Clark, it's because your heart said that, and that's what you wanted, then that's what it is. But um, it's not because of just the decision you made. It was how you went about making your decision. Period. Um, but that was that. Um, nothing. Let's see what else happened. What else happened? And we had a conversation between Shelly and Ace. They were talking about how they didn't, they were shocked that they were at the bottom of a lot of the categories or near the bottom. She was like, I don't think anything about you. I hope you don't think anything about me. They kind of just like, they were shocked. They didn't understand. And honestly, it's literally just because people didn't like how Ace was moving earlier. And then, of course, some things happened with later on with Shelly that people were acting weird about. Um, they just didn't know. But out that they got glimpse, a little bit glimpse of what some people in America feel, because not everybody feel that way about them, but some people do. And so we'll see how they move after that. Um, we get some Pepe and uh, that's a lot of people talking about if Iris would be open again, if if she would be open to staying, if she would be open again to somebody else. Um, and Chris was like, if I felt that way about somebody, I would leave. But not everybody feels the need to leave that soon. Elon has fully said if she was open, he wouldn't be mind to seeing if she would be open to exploring. Um, Zach was talking about he's exploring Amaya and Alondria, which I'm like, bruh, now Amaya kind of closed that off with you when she told you to F off. But I think you started to see how America feels about her. Now all of a sudden the switch up is crazy. Now Amaya's your girl, and Amaya's we love I rocks with Amaya heavy, and it's like she's a great girl, but hello. Do we not remember the conversation you had just before that? When she was like, "F off, you're weird, you're moving." No, you didn't want to kiss her. Remember, just it's just like crazy. We see Alandria and Iris talking about how Sierra's decision to stand behind Taylor kind of bothered her, and here's where I was like, I want to talk because Sierra's reasoning for standing behind Taylor was because she felt that Nick would be devastated if Taylor left. And so she decided to go stand behind Taylor. Baby girl, no. Absolutely, that is not the reason. That is not the reason. And you could not tell me otherwise. Because what? And if that is the reason, what a weak reason. Like, come on now. So many people were standing behind the people they wanted, and not because of they man. Like, did Shelly stand with same places at Ace? Did Chris stand in the same place as Huda? Did Huda stand in the same place as Chris? No, all these people who are in these couples made their own decisions for their own reasons and their own choices. And if you were the girl's girl that you wanted, you wouldn't stand behind Taylor because just like less than 24 hours ago, you were like, he's this, he's that, he's the whatever, we don't like it, blah blah blah. And like you could have even stood behind Iris for your girls so you could show her like I was still supporting you, even though I knew he wasn't going to stay with my vote. I still wanted to show you I support you. You couldn't even do that. Like, girl, no. You could have stood behind Andrina and tied it up. But nope, you didn't do that. You did not do that. You did not do that, and it's, like, weird behavior from you to do that. Like, why? Why? Why couldn't you do that? But because Nick would have been so devastated to see Taylor leave that you felt like you needed to go stand beside him. You're the worst kind of girl because, like, I feel like when you get a boyfriend, you just leave your girls behind, and I'm like, I I don't know, I don't buy it. I'm just like, "Whatever." Um, it's weird. It's just weird. It's just weird to me. It's just weird to me that she is like that was her reason. Like, whatever. Um, everybody's just trying to decompress of what's gonna happen and then, what they can do for tomorrow. And but Pepe offers Iris if she wants to sleep with him. And she's like, no, TJ, I fear you won't be on her brain that long. I fear that. I fear that. Fear you will not be on her brain for too much longer. They literally spent the night talking to each other and, you know, after the lights went out. TJ has I mean, Pepe has a type. Pepe has a type. Um, Next day they wake up, breakfast is being made by people. Shelly decides that she's going to go downstairs and make Ace breakfast. And I'm like, oh, that's nice, that's sweet. Um, but everybody gets made crepes. Pepe makes crepes for everybody. That was really nice for everyone to get crepes. Uh, so it was nice. It was nice. Ah, I have thoughts, but I'm just kind of like not really. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like this episode was weird. But Shelly, like I said, Shelly's making Ace breakfast. Taylor asked if they locking it in right now. She's like, I don't really know. She wants to get to that point, but she doesn't really know if if they are going to get to that point. Um, they are Iris and Pepe go top off with their breakfast, and I don't know. They just talk. I mean, they came in together, so it's kind of like, okay, we've been here together. They talk about TJ, they talk about Hannah. It's just like they understand each other now because they know how each other feels about their situation. So they bond on that. We have a conversation between Chris and Huda, which I thought was a decent conversation, very nice. It shows a mature side. Chris was having a hard time thinking about basketball. What's he going to do after he quits playing? Where does his life go after that? Or is he still passionate about the game? Um, and Huda listened and gave him some advice, like, "You can still do it all. Your time is not over." I think for me, it was a growing point in their relationship that he feels like he could tell her stuff and she would listen, and it's not about drama, and she's open to hearing him out and trying to give sound advice. It was nice. I thought it was a nice step up um, for their relationship. It was cute. It was a cute moment. It was a cute moment between her and Chris. Um, we see Brian and Nick in the gym and talking about how they feel about everything. And um, he was just happy that Nick is like, I'm happy me and my girl is still here. I'm like, yeah, for now, Nick, for now. I do think production is trying to figure out a way to get her out of there because of the controversy and the way they did. oh girl, in the beginning, it would only be fair. You could not do it to somebody else who got caught in 4K saying some weird things and racist things. So I think they're trying to figure out a way to remove her from the situation and maybe trying to not remove him from the situation. We'll see what happens. Brian talks about his connection with Amaya that he wants to pursue. Um, Nick was a little shocked that he's still behind Jaden. He was like, "Yeah, because me and Andrina kind of just was like, you know, eh, we just wasn't hitting it." And I really like Amaya, so he's going to pursue Amaya. Um, so he puts his intentions out. We see I mean, not Chris, Clark and Amaya talking. Amaya's just trying to be, sweet to her and tell her that, don't feel bad that America put you at the bottom all that time. You're good. Just keep showing them who you are. Um, then we see a date, well, a breakfast, well, that breakfast moment between Ace and Shelly. And they pretty much just talk it out and like say that they are done exploring. They don't want anybody else. They just want to talk to each other. They want to just build their relationship. And it was sweet. Another sweet moment. We're getting a lot of sweeter moments now, which I'm like, okay, good. Um, then we get a text. Elon gets a text and it says that it is time to crash out. Get ready to lose control in today's challenge, crashing out. Everybody's excited because they're like, all right, we get to crash out. We get to wild out. We don't know what that means, but they just know they get to crash out. And um, everybody's excited. Um, Huda says she get to finally be Hurricane Huda again. She's gonna excel. She's gonna be great. This is the moment she's been waiting for. So Crash Out Huda is coming back. We're excited. Uh, so we get to the challenge and literally everybody gets to they have these walls. One of the walls is solid, one of them you can crash through, and you get to pick which one you like. You get to pick a wing woman and a wingman or a wing woman to be, and you pick your thing, you run, and you jump into this wall, and somebody's gonna crash through, somebody's gonna be solid. Nick picks Alandria as his wing woman. Okay. hmm Like I said, Nicolandia, please. We rise. We rise. We rise, Nicolandia high, we rise. But anyway, I'm not going to take this moment since I'm here by myself to do this. But they come through, they crash through, then they have to go through, jump across these things of a pool of slime. And while the islanders are throwing slime at them and everything, um, then they get to pick someone who they want. Oh, they got to tell them for what they crash out about. And Nick said he crashes out when his last crash out was when he was left a villa, and he gets the pie in the face. And then he gets to go and pick someone to passionately kiss. And of course, he picks Sierra because they just closed off, and it would look weird for him to pick anybody else. It would be crazy for him to pick anybody else. So they kiss, blah, blah. Not her putting his hand on her butt. Not that Nick wouldn't do that anyway, but Ace goes next, his wing woman. I mean, no, Taylor goes next, and his wing man is Ace. And they go crashing through the wall. Ace crashes through. Gets the uh Taylor gets rocked. 'Cause- oh no, Taylor goes through the wall and Nick and Ace gets rocked. Um, he does all the going through the slime and getting slime all over his face and blah blah blah. Blah. He kisses Clark, of course. Oh, his crash out was what was his crash out? Uh, can't remember what his crash out. Oh, when he had twerk in front of Megan Thee Stallion. And then he kisses Clark. It's like, okay, great, great. Ace is next. His wing woman is Landria because he says she deserves some fun, and he the perfect person to do it. So him and Landria goes night in, night out. They run, and Nick Ace crashes through, and Landria bites it, hits the wall, solid wall. Ace goes across, and of course he kisses. His crash out was when his homeboy Nick left the villa, and then he kisses Shelly, of course. Um, then it was Zach. His wing person was Amaya. His wingman was Amaya. So Amaya goes down. They didn't want. He says, "I wouldn't want nobody by my side but her." He's still trying to get on the good side, but whatever. Um, Zach goes through. Amaya crashes out and burns, but then she jumps through the uh the balls anyway, and then Zach kisses her for whatever reason. Like I said, trying to get on her good side after all this boundary talking, how you didn't want to kiss her before, but okay. All right, Zach, we see what you're trying to do, and it's fine. It's whatever. Yeah, confusing, confusing. I'm confused, and Amaya's confused, but whatever, it's fine. He goes through the pit. He picks Alandria for the kiss, and Alandria's like, yeah, good, it's good that he did that because he knew he wouldn't get a kiss outside of a challenge. So very smart for him to pick me for the challenge. The kiss was fine. He's just really into it. Um, his crash out was when his boy Austin left the villa yesterday. I'm like, when did Austin and him become such boys? But okay, cool, cool, whatever. Um, Whoop, he tried to walk over smooth and slipped and fell. So it's kind of like, and he wants to kiss Landry, like I said. And she jumps in, like, a kiss. It was fine. And like I said, he knew he was not gonna get a kiss from her afterwards. So it was good to hit on him. Uh, um, yeah, I saw this today. I saw this today, and I didn't even notice it when I watched it, but I saw it on TikTok. Somebody was like, when he was kissing Alandria, it was one stream of water that was hitting him dead in his face, dead in his face. And when they panned over to see who this water was that was hitting him smack dab in the face, the only person who had water in their gun was Nick, and he was tearing him up. And Ace saw it. Was like, Ace peeping. I think Ace will peep out and know what happens, which is like something's going on between the two of y'all. I don't care what you say. Um, so next is Chris. He picks Brian as his wingman, and everybody was like, this thing is gonna fall, but these two big old boys, they gonna knock the whole set over. But they go through, and Chris goes through. Brian falls, hits the wall. Uh, he goes through the thing. Um, he goes through the slime thing. They tear him up, of course, and then he kisses Huda. His crash out was, what was his crash out? Oh, the beds weren't big enough. He found out the beds weren't big enough for him. That was when he crashed out. And so he kisses Huda, and okay. Pepe goes, his wingman is Taylor, because apparently he has all this respect for Taylor. And then they go through, and Pepe goes through, Taylor crashes out. Um, he goes through the thing. His He crashes out when anybody leaves the villa. and he picks Iris for the kiss. It was a good kiss. It was fine. It was a good kiss. Uh, like I said, Pepe has a type. Up next, Elon, he picks Sierra as his wing woman because they know each other best. Um, They go through, Sierra goes through, Elon doesn't. Uh, Elon goes through the thing, he crashes out when I'm watching it too, by the way. He crashed out when he realized Nick was still in the villa. He was like, "Oh, well, Julie, facts, truth." And he kisses Iris. She enjoys Pepe's kiss more than she does his kiss. Up next is Brian, and he picks his wing woman as Huda. And then they go through. They both wanted sweet, but she settled for savory, and then she hit the wall, and Brian went through. Uh, Brian goes through, his crash out is he don't crash out. And I was like, period. He picks a Maya to kiss, and it was good. It was fun. They had a good time. So the person who wins it was Ace. Sure. Then they go, and then they all splash around in the pond and whatever. They get back to the villa. They all debrief. Uh, Brian is talking about how he wants to pull a Maya later and how they enjoyed that kiss. Everything was fun. It was a fun moment. Pepe is talking about Iris. And she's like, I don't know if I want to just jump right into it. Everybody's like, yeah, take your time. It's no big deal. Everybody gets ready for the night. This really nothing happens. Amaya talks to Zach. He apologizes for how things ended. Like I said, this man is trying to get back into her good graces, hoping that something will happen, but it's not because it's not. Um, she apologizes for being vulgar and calling her name. She hates that she did that. She doesn't like to hit that point where she's cussing at folks and yelling at people and calling them out their name. They make up their friends. On her end, the romantic connection that they had is done. So we can all be good on that. Um, and I love to see that. We have a Sierra Nick conversation where Nick is trying to figure out where her head, what does closed off in here mean to them on the outside world. And she was like, I mean, that's not that we're boyfriend and girlfriend out right away. We just want to focus on each other. And being closed off in here is like we don't want to get to know each other in here, but out there, we're just focused on each other and it'll whatever happens, we'll figure out which way it goes. Either we get to boyfriend and girlfriend or we don't. And the relief on Nick's face was like, yeah, whew, that's what I was thinking. This man does not want to be with her. I am so sorry. He does not want to be with her. He is trying his best to get away from her and figure out ways to get out of here. Like, if even if they left the villa together, I believe that that relationship doesn't last a month or 2 months. Like, I don't think he really wants that from her. And then when everything that comes out, I don't think so. I don't, me personally. It could be anything else, but Shelly and Chris finally have their conversation to wrap up the relationship that they had. They realized that once they got back to the villa, everything shifted, and so he go focus on Huda, she go focus on Ace. Good, wrap it up. Um, that's good on that. They're cool, they're friends, no hard feelings, no big deal. Pepe and Iris talk and they had a good time and they just realized that they do have a lot in common. They just enjoy talking to each other and they never got to explore that with each other. And so it's nice. She's like, he's attractive. And we know he thinks she's attractive. Um, it's just like they just feel comfortable with each other. And so they just want to enjoy. And, and then here's another weird moment. Here, talking about the they're on our spot, just at the dock. Everybody sits at the dock. That's not your spot, but whatever. Um, but It's like Iris is weird seeing Iris talk to Pepe and not TJ and blah blah blah. He's like, well, that doesn't mean they're not gonna get married. He's like, I know, but I'm just, it's just weird. But they just had a nice, interesting conversation. They don't like sleeping alone. They like sleep, always have somebody in it. It was just a nice conversation, and I don't think she realized how much in common that they will have, and it would be nice for them. And they just enjoyed that time and enjoyed that conversation. I don't know what anything happens from that, but it's just whatever. Um, we see the conversation with Amaya and Brian, and I love this conversation. I thought this was a great moment for Amaya in her moo number one. Yes, rock the moo on Love Island because moo are great. Um, but Amaya was just like, hey, she just let him know that she appreciated him coming to her defense. She really enjoyed him in the challenge. She enjoyed their kiss. He enjoyed their kiss. He was like, all the cons that everybody put on you are pros for me. I enjoy it, which is what I've been saying this whole time. Amaya Papaya, baby girl, is going to be somebody out there who wants you for all of you, for all of the for your intensity, for your love, you don't have to change for nobody. You just be you, and somebody will be there for you, and I love that. And I love that Brian was there. This whole conversation was it felt very like high school giddy, like two teenagers talking for the first time that like each other. And it's just like, like she giggled so much. She just giggled, giggled, giggled throughout this whole entire thing. And she just loved it. And he liked it. They ended up kissing, like for real kissing, like made out kissing. She straddled him. He was all up on her. It was it was what Amaya deserved in this villa. I love that for her. I said this yesterday, I'll say it again. This is hers for the taking. If she has a connection by the end of this, it is hers for the taking because my God, who does not love Amaya Papaya? Everybody loves Amaya Papaya. And she's not going anywhere. She's just not. Um, we love this for her. And if Brian and her are for real locked in, it'd be great to see. I still don't believe any real couples will come out of this, but I'm all about being scammed at this point. So if you go scam me, it's at least scam me with somebody I like. And I like Amaya and I like Brian. So I'm here for it. They had a really good conversation and lots of kisses. And I was here for it. I enjoyed it for them. I enjoyed it for her. And she's giddy about it when we find out that, and that's how the show ends, but we find out that there's going to be a recoupling on Sunday. It's gonna be a recoupling on Sunday, and mm, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen after that. Are still under the. I think, me personally, think they're trying to figure out a way to get Sierra out of there because of her situation. Maybe trying to figure out if Nick is going to stay or leave. Oh, it's a lot. It is a lot. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We shall see tomorrow, but we will be back on Monday, of course, because we have to talk all things Love Island for sure. And we'll be back for Soul Ties Live on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 2:10 p.m. 2:10 p.m. Eastern ish. And then we might have a schedule change this week for our Friday and Saturday show. So we will let you know next week what our changes might be. So join us for Soul Ties Live next week. And then join us for No Invite Needed live on Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. BST, Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. BST. It might be some changes in that schedule as well. We will let you know. But let just thank you for watching because, like I said, this episode was just a filler episode and wasn't a whole lot going on, but hopefully it'll pick up next week. And I hope you'll be back to join us. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us or hang out with me as we talk Love Island. Be sure to come back. And subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel and all of our other channels. Click all the links. Follow us on our audio podcast links. Join our Patreon. Follow us on our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can follow me at those same places. Instagram right there, and all the rest down there. And yeah, follow, do all those things. I would love to engage with you, interact. My social media game is getting better. So interact with me, follow me on all of those platforms. That'd be great. Um, do all the things. Get your mug at lanagcreation.etsy.com. And we're gonna get out of here. I'll go. You stick around and watch another video. Do, 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 do. See you later. Cheers. Bye.